just turned the cows into another paddock. Jared's going to take the fence down. Cows are all out here grazing, happy. They're picking from the smorgasbord right now. They're just going around and picking the tops off of whatever they want to eat. It's interesting to stand here and watch them and see what they do select. Each animal will select something different too if you stand here and watch long enough. They won't all eat the same thing. There's a few sunflowers out here that are kind of pretty, making things look nice. We broadcast these out here in mid-June, I believe it was. We broadcast some sorghum sudan, some sunflowers, some buckwheat. It might have been a little, there's a brassica, some dwarf Essex rape, I believe, but the sorghum sudan and the sunflowers are mainly what came up. It was really dry when we planted them and didn't get any rain on them for quite some time, so we didn't get as good a stand as we'd like, but got a little more diversity out here. And something pretty to look at. Got some more flowers for the pollinators. Here's a bee inside this one. I'll get up here close where you can see him. Yep, there he just flew away. There's a few Canadian thistles out here. The cows love to eat those too in this stage, so once they get done grazing this paddock, there won't be any Canadian thistles left out here. They'll chew all those down, just like they did in the garden the other day. A little bit of ironweed out here blooming right now. A little bit of goldenrod out here blooming right now. Cow right here chewing on some sorghum sudan. I haven't figured up exactly how much rest this pasture's had, but it's somewhere right in the neighborhood of 60 days rest since we had cattle on it the last time. It should be probably just a little over 60 days. And this will be the third grazing that we've had out here this year. This little area right over here, got a little better stand of sorghum sudan and sunflowers over here, primarily because the cattle probably bunched up over here underneath the shade after we broadcast this out here, and they probably got it trampled in just a little bit better. Not a big stand, but it adds some diversity to the forage out here. We got a really dense sward of forage, and it's nice to see more diversity. Zoom in just a little bit. This is what's ahead of us out here. Some of this forage is getting almost waist high, but a lot of it's well over knee high. We're seeing a good response in forage production from the way we've been grazing this now for the last two growing seasons. We started adaptively grazing this pasture here at the beginning of the growing season last year, which would have been 2022. So this is the second full growing season that we've adaptively grazed this. We're mixing our stocking density up a little bit. We're putting a little bit of higher stocking density for part of the day and then giving them a little more room, pulse the ground a little bit. We've left a couple of strips out here. Well, we left a strip out here during the first grazing this year that we didn't graze at all, to see what that does. And there's a noticeable difference between it and the rest of the field. And then we're probably going to leave a strip out here this time that we don't graze as well, so we'll see what that looks like come next year. Turn back around this way. Yeah, right. This strip that we're looking at right here now is probably where we're going to not graze at all this time around. We'll probably just pass this up and leave this here. The cattle are all out there grazing and happy.